One of the things that we haven't talked about to this point have been the enhanced super moves. I don't know, maybe you guys can talk about that a little bit. I know they're very reminiscent of the pro moves from MKDC, but you're trying to make them a little bit more different this time.
A lot of it depends on the character's other tool sets. Like somebody like Sub-Zero, his are simpler. Like he's either got normal ice ball or he's got the longer beam freeze. He's got the slide that's the normal move, but the enhanced version does more hits. And then like some other characters, the moves will actually be pretty different. Like Katana's, she can actually hold one with bands to extend the combos longer.
For people that aren't sure, don't know what an enhanced special is, basically it's just every fighter's special move, especially if they have, you can burn 1 bar of your super meter to enhance it. We're supposed to call it enhancement.
Yes.
To
Very
buff it up. Do you like that?
Very good. Very good. I like that.
So for some characters, that'll be if they have a projectile, they throw 2 projectiles, or that projectile may have a different property. Like Paula was saying, Sub-Zero's ice ball, is a ball, so you can jump over it, things like that. His enhanced version is an ice beam, which you can't really jump over because it's extended across the entire screen.
A lot of the enhanced attacks seem to be harder to dodge.
Yeah. So some will do more damage.
Better versions.
Yeah, some do more damage, some will be hard to dodge. We try to keep the flavor of the base attack in there, so there's not something completely divergent. Sub-Zero throws the ice ball, but his enhanced version is he teleports, and it didn't make any sense, right? So they're all based on the move that they kind of come from. But it is cool because we get to kind of reimagine. So it's kind of a way where we get reimagine. So it's like we're never going to take away Sub-Zero's ice ball or Scorpion spear, right? Makes no sense. But now with the enhanced thing, we can kind of
it's part of balancing too.
Tying it in with the meter is always good too, because you can have a different strategy of defense. You go, I'm going to save it up for my X-ray move, or I'm going to use it for.
So you're saying it's kind of like a resource management, as Hector likes to call it.
While we don't have pro moves the same way that like MK versus DC have pro moves, we do have just frame combo branches within other moves. So someone might have a command throw that they can, once it connects, they can do similar to what the pro moves were in the last game to modify that in some way. But it's not something where every character's special has like a pro move version. We've kind of replaced that with the enhanced stuff, then added the pro move stuff in other areas.
One of the questions that we got on here was from Victor Neffer. And he asked, is the game going to have a tutorial mode? Because I guess, there's a lot of other fighters that don't really take the time out to show the player this kind of like deeper gameplay.
Tutorial mode is something we've always wanted to do, I think, in the past few games at least. I know I've always wanted to do it with just time constraints, and there's definitely lots of talk and plans for some sort of training mode, some way to teach the player the basic mechanics.
We actually would like to kind of get into why you would want to use certain things in certain situations, which is kind of a scary thing for a fighting game to do a tutorial, because after the game comes out, there's no way that even we can determine what some of the higher level stuff is going to be once the game has been out for a few months, because fighting games kind of have a life of their own. When you present people with a toolbox of stuff to do, they're going to find ways to use that we could never imagine had done, right? But we do want to make sure that there's we can kind of the things that we do know and can control, like why you'd want to block here or use a combo breaker here
kind
and whatnot.
Like just equipping them with the basic tool set of so that they know how to protect themselves or or pull off unique moves against us.
Yeah, like how you would do something is very important, right? The raw inputs, but something else is equally or maybe more important is why would you do it? Yeah. And so if we do get a cool tutorial mode in there, we definitely like to explore that avenue instead of just giving people raw. This button does this thing.
So, this is probably more general, but there seems to be a lot of questions. People have been asking us about, kind of like about tag mode. Like, what is it? How did you guys come up with that idea? What was the reasoning behind it? Maybe you guys could explain a little bit about that.
What's really cool about tag is it's way more involved than just, hey, I have another guy, I can call him whenever I want to. There's tons and tons and tons of special gameplay stuff that's kind of baked in there to make tag feel pretty drastically different than just 1 versus 1. I know Paul's actually doing some work recently on tag stuff, so he wants to kind of get into some of the nitty gritty of
we wanted to give players a lot of windows where you can tag your opponent out. Like Johnny Cage, for example, when he's got his charge up palm punch, and when he hits the tag, if you hit somebody with the fully charged one, if you hit the tag button before that thing hits the other guy, as soon as Johnny Cage is done hitting it, he'll actually take off, and the other guy comes in, and he can continue his combo there. We've got a lot of examples of that, like like with Katana, when she gets you with the fan lift, if you tag as the reaction's happening, you can actually get the other guy to come in faster than you normally would be able to do a combo, and that'll let you bring somebody else in and then continue a juggle combo from Katana's fan lift.
So in effect, it's actually really important, like who you decide you want your second character, because it's like it actually affects
Pairings of
your game.
characters will affect how they work together. So like Sub-Zero doesn't have a pop up, but if you have Katana, you can catch the guy in a fan lift and then tag in Sub-Zero, and then you can do Sub-Zero's big combo. And then we've also got a bunch of the characters' normal combos where you'll be able to tag in the middle of them. So with like somebody like Johnny Cage has got a 3-hit punch combo. It's like an elbow, palm fist, and then a kick. You can do the first 2 hits of the combo, and then you can actually tag, and then your partner will come in, and he'll do his like combo ender type thing. It's a lot like the chain stop combos worked in the old we started them in Deception and DA, so they'll work sort of like that, but they'll let you bring in the characters with their own like combo ender, and some of those will have different properties. Like Johnny Cage's combo ender pops you up a little bit when you get a shadow kick in, or if the guy's in the corner, you could actually do something else and then tag the other guy in. So it'll give you a much bigger palette to be able to do things with the tag partners. And then we've already shown the tag assist and the tag swap attacks, but those are more doing tagging in with the enhanced moves of the characters, and then we show those at PAX NE3. The tag combos are something we've been playing with since then, and then we were doing some of that during those builds, but we wanted to hold that back just because it was a feature we weren't ready to show to public.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like some of them will actually like perform resets, so a reset combo, scaling and things like that. A lot of cool stuff with the combo stuff, and I don't think we're going to tie that to the super meter like the other tag stuff is. That's something where maybe players have a little bit more freedom as far as pulling guys in and out in gameplay. The assists and the swaps are more kind of they do good damage.
And they do the enhanced version of the movement, so to be a gameplay reason to keep both the characters alive. So if you're playing tag, you're not going to sit there and I'm going to play my first guy, I'm never going to tag, and I'm going to play my second guy. You actually have a lot more weapons for your character if you have both your tag guys in there. So it's going to give you like a little bit of strategy. You're going to have to keep both your characters.
Yeah, and
Like
I've seen Paulo mess around with some of the stuff in his office. I always walk by and I'll just here's just some craziness going on, and I peek in. He's like doing multiple tag combos. Guys like swapping in and out. So he's like starts a combo with somebody, pops them up, tags in someone else from a combo. Starts juggling them, tags in someone else for like an ender. It's some really cool stuff.
Every now and then you hear a random laugh out of nowhere. You're like, "What?"
Yeah,
You're like, all right, just out of nowhere. There's
it's
silence.
like Paulo's either on
9 o'clock
YouTube
at night.
or he's put in some really cool stuff. So hard to tell.
The Locust Toy Box asks us, as you have forward special moves and no run function, how will you perform dash in and hop backs?
That's actually a good point. We do have like forward and back special moves. It kind of segues into how you can use dashes in the game. First thing is people have probably seen the dashes on the video footage that we've released. A lot of them are using placeholder animations we haven't got complete yet. Distances and speeds and things like that are all going to be tweaked as we go along. But something that we're pretty happy with as far as dashes is, in fact, you can cancel out of them whenever you want to. So that's basically how we get around the like a back special move, in the middle of a dash. At any point in a dash, you can interrupt the dash with another input, right? So you can dash into blocks, you can dash into punches, you can dash into specials. It's one of the ways it kind of helps our combo system, especially our juggle system, work. Because you can pop someone up, and based on how far away that person's popped up, you might need to dash before you can land a juggle hit on them. So yeah, just the fact that you can cancel out of a dash pretty much at any time with any other input solves any sort of weird issues as far as controller inputs. And then Paulo probably wants to talk about the run. I know it was something he liked back in Ultimate. So
yeah, we've had a lot of discussions for the past many years about the run button and whether or not to bring it back in. And we do have some flavors of the run button in there. Like some of the properties are still there. Like a lot of people are saying you're not going to be able to rush somebody down, but we do have, like with Johnny Cage's like jab, but before the jab is done, there's actually a small window in there where you can dash, and then because you can dash, you can now do another jab. So there will be some of that like rest down flavor in there, and we wanted there to be new stuff you can do. Like there's actually different combos you can do because of the fact that you can dash. After you pop somebody up, there might be some small window where you can like do a 2-hit combo and then backdash out of it, and because you did, that'll let you get a special move in a window where you couldn't before.
Right, yeah, like you might not be able to perform a 2-in-1 from a particular attack, but you can combo into a dash, and because of that, you can dash and the dash cancel that into the special. So if you're fast enough, then you'll be able to insert in a special move somewhere where you normally would not be able to easily. So really, yes, it's kind of an advanced thing, cancels and things like that. But it opens up the palette of what a character can do, or what a player can do with a character as far as combo is concerned.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that you're pretty much always either attacking or escaping. We didn't want there to be a lot of situations where the victim is sitting in a reaction defenseless. We wanted to make sure that all the combos are sort of compact, where you do your thing quick and then you're out, and then you guys are back to.
Yeah, that's something we're really trying to make sure this time around that the player has control as often as possible. I mean, obviously, it's impossible to say, hey, anytime you hit an input, you'll do something. You can't really do that in a fighting game because there needs to be times where you're out of control because you're stunned or in a reaction, things like that. But we free up characters, or we free up players way quicker now that we have the past. So
a lot of the reaction people saw at E3 Impacts were temporary ones from last game, and this we haven't gone through and swapped laterals out or timed them differently. But
a lot of them we had where you would be knocked down and lie down for a while. We maybe would have changed it to something where he knocks down on one hand and gets up into it.
Yeah.
So it's you're out of the game and back into the interaction a lot quicker.
Yeah. Plus we have quick get ups and things like that. So even some of those situations, once you hit the ground, you can actually roll out of it.
Characters have certain special moves they can do in wall during the get up. So like Scorpion, in the middle of his get up, he can actually teleport out of there. So if somebody knocks you down and they're coming to rush you down, you've actually got a small window where you can do a quick get up and then get out of there before you can even get hit. So that'll open up a lot of
a lot of wake up special stuff. So each character kind of has something kind of fits them. A teleport's a perfect example of a very good wake up attack. Someone's trying to stay on top of you, they knock you down. If you crank out that wake up attack, now you teleport, and all of a sudden everything's kind of reset.
Yeah, what Johnny Cage can do is flip kick. So if somebody knocks you down and they're trying to time their jump kick, you can actually do a wake up flip kick in a small window. You can actually beat the jump kick because of it.
Yeah, it gets into like invulnerability frames, and some more higher level kind of fighting game stuff. But all that stuff is faithfully represented.
So what you're saying is this is going to be a pretty deep fighting game. In a sense.
Yeah. I mean, the goal is MK is lauded for being super accessible, right? And like things are just really cool, and people can just pick it up, and you can sit on the couch with your friends that aren't really fighting game guys and have a whole lot of fun. And that's still true.
Yeah,
we're never going to get away from that.
It's still just as accessible as pretty much anything.
Yeah, but we build up more, things, more technique in there, so that players don't want to really invest a whole lot of time mastering individual characters.
Is that a technical term? Things?
Yes, things. It's very technical.
And doodads.
And stuff.
Yes,
Stuff.
doodads.
And stuff.
All the fighters have various doodads that they can perform at various times.
Well, I guess that's about it for us today. I mean, we covered a lot of ground.
Keep sending questions to us on Twitter.
Use the pound
yeah.
MKast.
Use the pound MCast, and we'll make sure that it gets into the hands
we
of these
do read them.
guys.
We do read them. So.
All right.
Definitely read them.
Cool.
All right, so thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys next time, I guess. Right?
Later.